Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I want to share with you another hyper-aggressive attacking game played by Soviet chess player Rashid Nezhmetdinov. Nezhmetdinov is on the black side and his opponent is Serbian chess player Dragoljub M Ciric. The game was played in 1961 at Chigorin Memorial. In that same year, in 1961, Ciric would gain the international master title, and only 4 years later, in 1965, he would become a grandmaster. And now, without further ado, let's get started with our game and see what happened on the board. Ciric opened up with e4 and Nezhmetdinov responded with e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. We have the Ruy Lopez a6, Morphy Defense, bishop a4, d6. Nezhmetdinov is choosing the modern Steinitz defense, white castles kingside. In here, the most popular move according to modern theory is bishop d7, but in our game we have bishop g4, h3, bishop h5, though black can also keep the bishop on g4 and go for this gambiting move by playing h5. And if white accepts the sacrifice, then black can gain great attacking chances, but white is not forced to capture on g4, instead can play d4, and white has a decent game, no problem at all. But in our game after h3, we have bishop h5, c3, white is preparing to establish this classical pawn center, but after knight f6, Ciric played queen e2, this is a rare continuation. Going for d4 or rook e1 is a more common continuation, but in our game we have queen e2. And to white's offbeat move, Nezhmetdinov responded with a hyper-aggressive g5 move. Look at this, guys. He wants to organize a quick attack on the king side, not allowing this black pawn to step on g4. White himself played g4, but this is creating some weaknesses in white's king side. Instead, it was better to play d4. Now if g4, then h takes g4, and after bishop takes g4, white can play d5. If b5, then bishop d1. The bishop will later allow white queen to move freely, and if knight e7, then c4. White is doing okay, no problem at all. But in our game we have g4. In return, Nezhmetdinov counterattacked white bishop, b5 is on the board, bishop b3, bishop g6, d4, and this time we have h5. Yes, black proceeds with his attack, and let's see what's going to happen next. Here white won the pawn on g5, h takes g4, knight h4, and bishop h5. Here comes bishop d5. White is emphasizing the vulnerability of black knights, and it was in here that Nezhmetdinov made a reckless decision, and instead of thinking about defense, for example, according to the engine the best move is king d7, he went for a queen sacrifice and captured on d5. Look at this, guys. This is a move which Dragoljub M Ciric was definitely not expecting. All he could do was to accept the queen sacrifice, after which we have knight f4, queen e3. This time we have knight takes h3 check, king g2, knight f4 check, and underestimating his chances, Dragoljub M Ciric decided to give back his queen and proceed with the game with the pawn down. He captured on f4, but after this move white's position is lost. Instead, it was better to play king g3. If rook takes d8, then rook h1, if bishop h6, then knight f5. And according to the engine, the position is equal, though the position remains highly complex. But in our game, after knight f4 check, we have queen takes f4. Here we have e takes f4, bishop g5. Well, capturing on c7 is not a good idea, because after king d7, the dark squared bishop is finding itself out of the game, and actually it's better, yes, to keep the bishop on the king side. But anyways, even in this case, black's attack is decisive. Black has an extra pawn and still nice attacking chances on the king side. Here we have bishop e7. Nezhmetdinov is getting rid of white's dark squared bishop, knight d2, king d7. Now he's connecting his rooks, after which we have f6. This time he's freeing this f7 square for the light squared bishop, b3, bishop f7, d5, rook h6. Now he will double up his rooks on the h file, rook h8, rook h1, which steps into a beautiful tactical shot. You can pause the video and try to find Nezhmetdinov's next move. Ready? In here, Super Nezh played knight takes d5. This is a move with which he is exploiting the weakness of the long diagonal and the h file. He takes d5, bishop takes d5 check, f3, g3, and in here we have a resignation. If rook h3, then bishop e6. White is suffering heavy losses, that's why after g3 we have a resignation. In the end, as usual, let's solve a chess puzzle. Please take a look at this position and try to find the winning line for white. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. By the way, this position is also taken from a game played by Rashid Nezhmetdinov. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video.